You don't do a 6 a.m. routine for 30 days to look disciplined. You do it to shift your sleep quality and see how you react to stress when life hits. So you run an experiment: sleep plus stress plus consistency. And you keep one thing in your pocket from day 1 on day 18. Something happens at work that normally wrecks your whole week. But this time it doesn't. The rules are simple on purpose. Every day for 30 days, you train at 6 a.m. for 20 to 30 minutes. Moderate. You don't change your diet. You keep caffeine the same. No big reinvention. Just a morning workout you repeat. And you track it with a 1-minute diary. Bedtime and the real time you fall asleep. How many wake-ups? A morning sleep quality score from 0 to 10. And a stress log in one line. The trigger, your reaction, and how long it takes you to feel normal again. That last one matters because stress isn't only what happens. It's how long you stay stuck. You tell yourself, I can be fun and still protect my sleep. And when the night starts warming up, you leave anyway. Walking home, the air feels cool and clean. You realize discipline isn't punishment. It's a plan you can live with. Week 3 is the real test. The one you can't script. Day 18 shows up. Your calendar looks like a threat. A meeting runs long. A deadline moves closer. Someone drops a problem in your lap like it's always been yours. You also keep one sentence in your head. 30 days is not a magic finish line. It's phase 1. Habits often take longer to feel automatic, sometimes closer to about 66 days for many people, so this month is just the base layer. Week 1 feels like pulling a handbrake while the car is still moving. The alarm goes off and your first thought isn't motivation, it's life. You think about money, bills, rent, groceries, and all the little expenses that don't pause because you're tired. You think, I can't afford to be a mess today. You still get up, but it's clumsy. Some mornings you sit on the edge of the bed and stare at the floor like it's negotiating with you. Your brain sells comfort. You learn fast. The hardest part isn't the workout. It's the first 30 seconds after the alarm. You keep the workout moderate on purpose because going too hard can leave you wired later, and the point is sleep quality, not ego. Then small wins show up, not miracles. Just hints, and you start wondering if this happens in week 1. What changes when your body starts expecting sleep earlier before you even try? Monday hits with rain. Rain turns streetlights into blurry halos. The window taps like it's talking you out of it. The sheets feel like a trap. You sit up and almost quit. Just for today, outside the road shines black and wet. You remember your budget is tight, and adding one more hard thing feels unfair. But you stand up anyway. You put on the clothes you set out the night before, because future you is only as strong as last night you. You step into the quiet and move through the morning like it's a private mission. When you finish, you don't feel like a superhero. You feel calm, like you made a small deposit into consistency. Week 2 is where the day starts fitting. The workout becomes a fixed point. A marker that tells your brain, this is what we do. It becomes your routine. You still don't want to get up, but you waste less time debating. The sleep shift gets clearer. You start yawning earlier at night. Bedtime stops feeling like a fight and starts feeling like a pull. Your body builds sleep pressure sooner. You're not chasing a second wind. You still wake up some nights, but you wake up less. And when you do wake up, the wake-ups feel shorter, lighter, like your brain doesn't grab a problem and squeeze it. Daytime energy feels steadier. Your mood has fewer sharp edges. Your productivity feels more reliable, especially in the stretch where you usually fade. Stress still shows up. Deadlines. Messages. A weird comment that hits the wrong nerve. Sometimes anxiety tries to sneak in at night with a list of what-ifs. But in week 2, you notice something that makes you pause. You don't explode at tiny triggers as often. You still feel stress. You just don't throw gasoline on it. You recover faster. And that feels like control. Friday tests your system in a different way. A friend texts you late. Come out, stay out. It's been a week. For a second, your brain plays the old trailer. 1 drink becomes 2. 2 becomes midnight. Midnight becomes staring at the ceiling, thinking about debt, replaying conversations, making tomorrow heavier before it arrives. You don't cancel your social life. You run a smarter version of it. You go, you laugh, you stay present. But you decide your exit time before you walk in. You don't sprint with the feeling. You do what you can today, and you let the rest wait. Later, you write the stress log in 1 line. No drama, just facts. And that night, even with pressure, you fall asleep faster than you expect. Not perfect, just better. Like your nervous system remembers you moved this morning and it doesn't need to keep you on alert. You notice something else too. Your evenings get calmer when you stop treating nights like a second work shift. Less bright screens. You feel that familiar surge-tight jaw, hot chest, the urge to fire off something you'll regret. And here's the question. What does old you do next? Old you turns this into a whole week. Old you carries it home, replays it in the shower, drags it into bed, and asks for overtime from your brain all night long. But current you does something different, and it's almost boring. You feel the stress hit, and you name it. Trigger, reaction. You slow your breathing on purpose. You don't sprint with the feeling. You do what you can today, and you let the rest wait. Later you write the stress log in one line. No drama, just facts. And that night, even with pressure, you fall asleep faster than you expect. Not perfect. Just better. Like your nervous system remembers you moved this morning, and it doesn't need to keep you on alert. You notice something else, too. Your evenings get calmer when you stop treating nights like a second work shift. Less bright screens, less heavy talk right before bed. The workout is in the morning, but the win shows up at night. You're not motivated. You're following a system. Week 4 is where it gets honest, because life doesn't care about your streak. The novelty is gone. The mornings feel heavier again. You think about the month ahead, more bills, maybe chasing a promotion, maybe hoping for a raise, trying to build some savings without feeling behind. And then it happens. Sunday comes, and you don't get up. Maybe the alarm melts into a dream. Maybe you hit snooze without knowing it. Either way, you open your eyes and the room is bright and late. Your stomach drops. You miss it. The day feels strange, like you skipped a step. Perfection brain tries to ruin everything. One miss means you failed. One miss means you're back to zero. But you sit up, and you don't make it a big story. You breathe. You drink water. You write the diary anyway. Bedtime. Wake-ups. Sleep quality score. Stress trigger. I oversleep. Reaction. I panic. Time to calm down. Shorter than it used to be. Then you return. Maybe it's a light session later. Maybe it's a long walk, nothing intense. Just a signal. Because real consistency isn't perfection. It's the return after the slip. That's phase 1. Near the end of the month, you look at a few lines in your notebook, and you can see change without hype. Your bedtime drifts earlier on average. You wake up less, or when you do wake up, you don't stay up as long. Your sleep quality score stops swinging so wildly. And your stress log shows the biggest win. The time it takes you to feel normal again gets shorter. You're still you. Same life. Same pressure. But your reactions don't run the whole show anymore. That's what this 6 a.m. workout experiment really does. It doesn't magically fix your life. It gives your day an anchor. It nudges your circadian rhythm in a direction that makes nights easier. It turns discipline into something practical. You make small deposits every morning. Even when you slip, you don't go broke, you just continue, so no 30 days isn't the finish line. 30 days is chapter 1. If you want the habit to feel more automatic, you aim beyond a month. You use these first 30 days as the base, and you keep going towards something like 66 days, because that's when it starts feeling more like, this is just what I do. Tomorrow morning, the alarm goes off again. The sky is still dark. The air is quiet. The street is empty, like it's waiting for you. You put your feet on the floor, you breathe, and you step into a sunrise you actually get to see calm, steady, earned. Comment one word, sleep or stress, and tell me what time you usually go to bed.